on the street.
There's some truth you can't hide. We are all hungry and we are not fighting government. We are just begging you, help us.
From high-stake politics to the struggles of everyday Nigerians.
We want decent job creation. There are no jobs in this country.
This is where the truth comes out. Join the bold and unapologetic politics, policies, expose contradiction, and ask the questions others will not.
A lot has happened during the week. We've had politicians making all manner of statements. Everybody's now a freedom fighter. Everybody now speaks for the poor. So a lot of interesting conversations in the political space at this time.
Be informed, be engaged, be heard. Political Roundtable, where Nigeria comes to talk.
All right, it's time for Political Roundtable, Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Saheed Fuhad, the show where we look at the major issues this evening. We'll quickly do a stopover at Uganda. Interesting development, if you ask me. Maybe not too much of a surprise. It was almost as if the results of the election we're going to turn out the way it has now turned up in office as president. And, you know, it's one election that has got a lot of people talking about democracy in Africa. So it's going to be 81-year-old Museveni wins 7th in Central Africa, Cameroon, where we also have almost 90-year-old so we look at all of the issues, a bit of history. Barrister Kurtis Adigba, Joseph Folorunsho, Nurudeen Adegbengro. How did Museveni emerge as the leader of the country, and how he has been able to hold the country down as the leader for over 40 years now. He will be the leader of the country for another, if you ask me. So that will be the first talking point on Political Roundtable today. And then we go to Rivers State. Rivers State will always make the news. I don't think there can be any political conversation in Nigeria without talking about giving conditions to drop the impeachment proceedings against Governor Siminalayi Fubara, even though a court in Rivers State has altered the impeachment, have also intervened. In fact, they've given us some intelligence, they've given us some info. As reported by the Vanguard newspaper, to see the Rivers State crisis, there's always been this question on what exactly is the agreement that the Minister of the FCT, W쏘ᴛᴜᴜ, has been talking about. Estranged godson. But the second agreement, which W쏘ᴛᴜᴜ is talking about, has not been made known to the public, even though he has also said that, look, there might be an intel and report from sources who have told the paper what this agreement is all about, and why this impeachment notice to Governor Siminalayi Fubara by the lawmakers in Rivers State. The newspaper has reported as what they now know as what the agreement is all about. In your neighbor, if you ask me, in Rivers State. And then ahead of 2027, surprising son of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar defected from the PDP, collapsed his political organization by joining the APC and putting the organization up 27. Should the ADC give his father the presidential ticket of the party? The APC is celebrating it. The Alo chambers, the Senate floor. Child cannot trust you. Why should Nigerians trust you? Alhaji democracy is about nothing to worry about. But there are Nigerians who say, look, there's a lot to worry about. We look at this decision to now supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. How damaging is this to our taking point for the evening? And then finally, on nation building, we'll be looking at what Mr. Peter Obi is saying about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's frequent travels. And according to him, this is the president was in 2025 out of the country for over 190 days in 2025 alone. Back to back, the president has not attended the Armed Forces Remembrance Day for our fallen heroes. In 2025, he did not attend it. In 2026, he did not attend it. The president returned to the country yesterday after spending a lot of questions around this travel, this frequent part of Mr. President. At the time that Nurudeen Adegbengro is in the studio, and these are the issues for conversation this evening. We're streaming the show live on Facebook, so you can join the show on Facebook and, of course, drop your comments on the live chat section. You can also listen to the show via the Radio Garden platform. All right, Joseph Folorunsho, my pleasure having you in the studio this evening.
Thank you very much. Let me use a point to congratulate you.
Okay.
Your country home has been given a lot of CCTV. Lagos Island.
Okay, Lagos Island
particularly.
Okay,
yeah. I think the CP was there to
commission it. Okay.
Maybe as they know that's your country home.
Anyways, we'll also use this opportunity to congratulate the newly installed, big in Lagos Island, where new white cap chiefs were installed, and so we want to congratulate the newly installed chiefs. In my people now know that there are owners of Lagos, so it's nice to have
talent in Agege.
Yeah, the young man, the Destiny Child.
That young boy.
It's been confirmed, right?
It's confirmed. In fact, the guy will be buried.
Sings hip hop, a bit of Afro, Fuji.
He has played with Pasuma. Really was the one that really brought
groomed
this
him.
guy.
Yeah.
So from there, Davido, he has.
But nobody knows what happened to him, really. Right?
It's still unconfirmed. A lot of things sad. But one thing that is so sacrosanct that I know of, the majority of all these musicians, drugs. They should come together, especially those who
stop and tell them to take drugs.
No, they should have a seminar for all of them that they should be able to.
Dangers of taking drugs.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Well,
so because that is the area that the report is tailing towards.
We'll wait a bit of Yoruba hip hop and all of that. Almost at the level of people like this other young man in Agege.
Yes.
Anyways, we'll
what used to lead some of them engaging in some of these substances. Many musicians, in order to overcome that, they tried themselves to
a lot of things.
When they get into these things, you have to be amongst,
even those ones that are going to make.
I'm really sad to have lost him at that very young age. Such a talent, but
is he Papa or
Grandpapa?
Great Grandpapa.
Didn't win.
Okay,
they declared him
in office as president of Uganda,
and he said it's last time.
Well, he said it will be the last time.
But Bia is 90.
He's 90, so he's 81. 5 it will be 86.
Baba will die in the presidential villa. That man is not going to live there.
When you say last is last now.
No, it could be his own
definition. That is listed now.
1986.
And he ruled for 10 years and 6. I think it was about 20 years.
20 years.
It was 20 years before he became a civilian.
So from 10 years as military head of state to civilian president.
At every point in time, I think the biggest challenge is first.
Well, the police chief in Uganda is saying that, we've not arrested him. In that, look, he has escaped.
Yeah.
They were trying to arrest me. They were going to.
But they said his own, one of his ministers, somebody Basiage, who ran against him. In fact, that case went. So it's following again in the tradition of the Pobias. The Yadama of Togo and all of that. These guys basically want to die in the presidential villa. It's no longer about service to the people. Because you see, once you the president
at 81, even his physical appearance, he appears to be battling with a bit of partial stroke.
But he had some good pronouncements in the past.
No, that's how they start. But they start as freedom fighters, as
human being walking on his 2 legs should be able to take the lives of others without a court making that pronouncement. And at the point, they basically stopped his wife, his minister, who are blaming President Tinubu here that she is so visible.
The views of Museveni. And like you just
went to the University of Dar es Salaam,
yes,
where he read political science.
Yes.
Of course, rid of I think it was Idi Amin. First of all, was Idi Amin.
Before Idi Amin.
Yeah, and then after Idi Amin, there was another president, and then
before him, Okello. Before him,
yes,
they've been presidents.
Was the one that he had to go into the bush, to fight from the bush.
Where some certain and this thing, if you look at the African environment, you will see some
claim to be Democrats.
By the time they now have power, you will discover that they are not just going to be practicing authoritarianism, they are going to be practicing totalitarianism. African as a continent we will be finding it difficult. Just imagine
I
somebody that is 40 years old or 42 years.
When Shehu Shagari was the president of Nigeria.
Shehu Shagari is
I know in Uganda.
Yes.
He was born the year Museveni took over power in Uganda.
So all the lives,
Sean, you know, you see him come on one of the things
LGBTQ conversation.
LGBT
I think he has profiled the death sentence.
Yes, and that set him up against the
West, against the West.
Donors. Some of them having to pull out. But he believes that it's not something that is needed in Uganda, and that anybody who's caught.
Some of these African leaders don't prioritize. Because you didn't support lesbianism, homosexualism, we are talking to run out to ranged.
No, then what happens?
Because one thing there is for 40 years,
at some point,
if you are winning squarely,
people they look for hot button issues that they know we have traction with the people.
It may not really mean anything to him,
exactly.
You know, but at least this is one thing that the people are passionate about. You know, so
Obama went to Kenya and he met with President Uhuru Kenyatta, and he raised the issue. And Uhuru Kenyatta said, "Look, it may be a big issue for you guys in the United States, but for us in Kenya here, we're more worried about climate change, food, poverty, and all of that."
And all these men want to marry men.
In their cycle. Because, for example, if your cycle telling your guy you have,
it's not bigger
this
than
one.
them.
You think these people?
So the reason, because those people are actually the real problem that we have, because they look for those people. If the man is 40 years, maybe if I'm the PA,
I think there's this
some of the leaders in the army itself, apart from his son, if you see the leaders, you see very old.
I just saw a video, a very funny video of. That was what he said. He said, I'm surprised that he's running.
If he allows, one thing that I do tell people, because as much as we look at them, I understand. I'm talking generally now. If you know somebody,
Democrat, I'm a freedom fighter. I fought to get power. Anybody that must take me out of power must fight for it. He has never claimed to be a Democrat.
Wait. If somebody is a civilian government, how come he cannot still be wearing his khaki?
We are not saying what he's saying makes
I
sense.
understand, but one thing there is that if somebody wants to contest against you,
yes.
If somebody is not your edict, you said he's a journalist, he's not a politician. Don't come into. I think politics is a special.
Whoever.
If you want to contest. The worst I will lose and go home.
I think nobody will stop Oriyomi. He has declared eye service. We have not seen the governor condemn or.
But Fuhad, we know now. Anytime, we know how they are going to look other side now. You see government that asked some people to come and demolish some houses in Oworoshoki, and the government did not talk. Don't you know that it's the agent of government that is there?
But Mr. Kurtis, I think because even in countries where there seem to be what you call peaceful transition of power, in reality, when you check the entire electoral
described as liberal democracy, they are described as illiberal democracy or managed authoritarianism. But his credentials, he never pretended about being a credential Democrat.
Yes.
He's always told the whole world that he's a freedom fighter. And when he tells you that, why does Bobby Wine keep running against me? Because he knows that the system is locked in for him.
He will never win.
He appoints what he's doing basically is to say to the world, look, at least we have something that looks like
a democracy.
In the fact that our supporters can go and cast their vote.
Yes.
But we saw something
and like that we also have at least opposition politicians.
We allowed them to just waste their time. Play their music.
He said he keeps running, but he knows he can never win.
We had something. You're not going to be allowed to vote. And policemen were there just standing and couldn't do anything about it.
So Tara said that even in countries where it looks as if there's peaceful transition of power, in reality,
what has happened is that democracy is actually on a retreat in Nigeria, in the whole Africa. The military coups are no longer the problem of democracy. Power. And then use the constitution.
Weaken the institutions. Who are valuable people. Who are always
liable people. Whether it is in the executive, in the judiciary, legislature. You have them there. And they can always come out, use the constitution or any existing law to support their action. Okay? Like Museveni, for instance. To remove the age limit. And he did that through constitutional means. Because he got members of the National Assembly of Uganda,
the rubber stamp people,
to do these amendments.
But you know, some of their enemies,
who are the people in AU?
That's what I'm saying.
Those people are doing the same thing in their own country.
It's the power of ECOWAS.
What can it?
Maybe your citizens can travel to other ECOWAS countries without a visa. Just present your passport.
If the military make attempt in any
regional blocks, whether it is the African one,
even the United Nations is useless.
It's useless now.
Any member of the Permanent Five,
they won't go against that person.
So we discuss what is going on in the world, and I think Fela was actually a prophet.
In fact,
when he sang what we have now, where there can't be restraints or to the call of nations that are supposed to be equal, and then you select everybody.
In fact, if there's a resolution that is going to be put out,
yes,
and that member disagrees with the framing,
everything ends,
or the content. That's it.
So basically, there was not going to. It was just like this was eventually going to happen, because as we speak now, you have a leader who believes in nothing called international law, and I pity African leaders who have been arrested and tried in international courts by Mr. Kurtis Adigba. I pity the fact that a lot of leaders,
for instance, when President Uhuru Kenyatta,
yes,
and then his vice then William Ruto were to be, and those charges
were dropped
eventually. So America and the Western world leaders had always had in Iraq,
yes,
the American government demanded that none of their soldiers can be arrested and tried for human rights violations.
No matter what they do.
No matter what they do.
In another man's land.
Yes. The global system was not intended to be fair.
To be fair.
In the first place, it was only intended to be managed to suit the egos of some powerful elements. Equal sovereignty.
Yes, sovereignty of nations, yes.
They are saying that Nigeria cannot, that is bigger than Nigeria. It
can do so easily.
So how does that not make sense?
So another thing again, I understand.
As we speak, if Benjamin Netanyahu has been declared wanted.
Yes.
Netanyahu.
Yes.
We never go to any country where it's not
guaranteed safety.
Yes. Safe passage.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah, to talk
he got assurance.
He got the assurance. And then his generals were waiting. If it doesn't,
if anything happens,
that's it.
So we are.
You remember how this guy, former president of Chile?
Yes.
I think it was General. What's his name now? Forgotten his name. When he visited South Africa also, and he was arrested.
Arrested, yes. Yeah. But you know the issue of Africa.
They use this multilateral
organizations,
to squeeze you.
Who tell you if you don't do this, hand them over or else.
We are beggy countries.
Look at what happened to Charles Taylor. As a result of the conflict in Liberia,
Baba was going to protect him here.
African leaders went to Liberia and said, "Look, if we don't take Charles Taylor off the scene, we'll never have peace."
Peace in Liberia.
State visit.
That's Baba Obasanjo.
And President Bush told him, "Where is Charles Taylor?" Because before we were left, 3 men. When Baba was not allowed to see George Bush, he was told that if we don't have a framework,
but it's
so just imagine.
Yeah, it's just that
so they bully us right, left, and center everywhere.
Human resources that we have, but because and for each resident, and that is why you will not see
where is Lumumba.
History was made in Morocco when a young man brought
against him. Where is Nkrumah? Who gave that speech that Africa has come of age? It was as a result of the crisis in Namibia.
Yes.
And what happened to him? And that protection.
Like they were in the Sahel region,
the guy in Burkina Faso,
Mali. Niger. And again, the problem is there's still no balance of power. My mind still tells me that these guys may eventually enduring. Can it be?
I think the best protection that they have is the solidarity
of their people,
and support of their people.
Yeah.
What has happened in Africa is that when you talk about someone have a group of militants coming together to take on you, they will be supported by the West.
Tax on protesters, and he in his own country is about to
in Iran.
Yes,
given has created a space in the wall,
a crack in
Venezuela. In 2003, the United States recognized the winner of that election in Venezuela,
the opposition leader.
They said he was the winner of the. Now you go in there
and remove Maduro.
No, nothing. So if Delcy
was not good enough,
did not win the election with her running mate, who happens to be Maduro, pushed for Edmundo to be sworn
who they said won the election.
If this was about democracy.
But I think you have said it all, because fight for them tomorrow. So they make them to be so because look for one thing or the other, and I say because you are not doing this, they are coming after you. If you are sitting with people who say, okay, you have an oath, so you protect life and property. You are now having a conversation with bandits, and some of these non-state are even dictating to if a terrorist or a criminal decide that he want you people to discuss. You have to. You did not even say, okay, let's even tell you that we are a sovereign state, that you cannot be inside a sovereign state, and you are killing our people.
Yeah, but Joseph, you also have to understand, negotiate with terrorists. If Israel would tell you, we don't negotiate with terrorists.
But they do.
The Katsina state governor does not have, because he gives him the security
and
to our brothers and
can't
our
just leave them there.
And we have not gotten the help that we need from the central government to bring them back. Do you understand? Now, if you get into that kind of arrangement because you are not able to raise enough force to counter, because you say that doing this you are cutting deal, or the national security advisor tells you if you are kidnapped, don't pay ransom.
But they are not able to stop the bandits from kidnapping people.
Government goes to pay ransom. Who received that phone call crying, Daddy, please save me? Then I'll say, no, the Edo people are still there.
Another thing again is this. That's why this issue of negotiating with terrorists or whatever has not.
Then we're kidnapped from the federal capital territory. Have been arrested? Ransom.
Even the former DSS man, Ejiofor, what's his name?
They will tell you.
Said until he was also kidnapped.
You know what they'll tell you? We're on top of the situation. But the situation is the one on top of them. They can't even breathe.
And nobody will leave a fire kidnapped. But look at their own security.
Look at the National Assembly members crying like babies.
That cannot go on during December because there is no police. All of them, majority of them spend
the extent of you promise we see all our campaign.
Yes.
Security will be there for you, and you collect it, and you have
they argue with you even when the reality.
Let me program is security of person and property. Absolute security to live without mercy. The people of Uganda should die only of our land. Look at that. How beautiful that
statement.
Do you have the date? But I also understand from my friends who have been to Uganda, you can drive in the night. You can go out
in the night.
You can go out in the night. It comes to
Kadiar, Zambia is also free.
I was in Zanzibar.
So you don't really have these issues of insurgency or maybe nations fighting against it like you.
It's a theater of war.
It's a project of war.
It's a theater of war.
Uganda is there. Rwanda is
there.
Doing all of them.
Even Museveni also has a hand.
Now he's also supplying.
Whatever it is, I think we can only just wish that African leaders understand that look, in Africa, we will continue to discuss and have these conversations, but in reality. It's not any 8.3 FM. Barrister Kurtis Adigba is here with me in the studio. Joseph Folorunsho is here. Nurudeen Adegbengro is here, and we've touched on the Uganda thing, of course, expanding it into global politics. That's a Rivers State High Court sitting in Oyigbo local government area, Port Harcourt, on Friday. And this, from sending any correspondence, it was 2. Later, they became 4. They again doubled down on their. But suddenly, we predicted that the state government was going to do that. But the movement have issued statements, PANDEF has issued statements. But we know that the PANDEF are said, according to source, according to the Vanguard newspaper, revealed that the 7 March Thursday, before having another round of 3-hour interface with Fubara on Friday in Port Harcourt, the committee, which had elders and leaders from both Wike and Fubara camps yesterday in Port Harcourt. Now, the paper has now brought a dimension to the whole story, and I'm staying with the Vanguard because I think this report is all about. Meanwhile, there may be fresh reason why the lawmakers, including the 4 who earlier called for a political solution to the crisis, suddenly rescinded their earlier call for impeachment. And now, from the governor, that they would be giving return tickets in 2027 general elections. In the source now, there's nothing like a gross misconduct. This attitude of theirs to be to the governor, they are not sure of coming back. That newspaper, again still quoting the source, governor would have his automatic ticket. The player went on, and Wike loses his appointment. He will be dead politically. The minister's home is demand from the president. He revealed that while the impeachment may not see the light of day beyond the level it has reached for future.
You saw what I wrote on Facebook. Look, let me tell you something.
So what was the script coming to say,
So the governor did not commit any constitutional infraction. Even those who are supporting him, who don't want it to be
even a
impeached,
farm that
it's fully
spread.
stretched. It's still a
It's
snake.
still a snake.
go see bite.
Take that bait.
Of we will.
Yes.
They went back.
Guys are united in their purpose. They now say, okay, go back and join your colleagues and say the governor
Negotiations
committed gross
misconduct.
But let's discuss.
Okay, good.
Now, what was the amendment? Because we are beginning to before the governor was recalled. Budget before us.
That we can also benefit from.
350 million, no reach.
Yes. I will rather implement what I have and then I will bring a normal budget.
So that you cannot send any letter to them.
And then they start going to the press to say the governor doesn't want to come before the house.
Doesn't want to come.
The governor is not negotiating before the house.
He's not meeting with us, blah, 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 yeah.
And then the governor came out and said, I wanted to meet with them. But our several meetings with the president, with the FCT minister, their leader in Abuja, it is the governor. Where did the interest of he has violated constitution and they are not sure.
That's now in APC.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So that means he can never join.
It's like a bat. It's not a bird.
People care to listen.
No, he's claiming that his faction of this
dismantling
was very strategic in the sense that Wike wanted the House members to be in APC.
Why Fubara still remains in the
ticket for PDP.
And then
the APC has drawn a clear line to say, look,
as now you kept Wike today.
Listen,
yes.
The moment
just wake up and say, I cannot use me.
No, that Ajibola Basiru. Do you think that if Wike,
he should have been able to talk to the president himself?
Because no constitution, Nigeria constitution can
they relocate to Abuja.
Demeanor, the bold statements
by the governor
that we are getting from the governor.
You heard what
he doesn't understand politics. They will impeach him. He's too docile. But when you see a man as calm,
yes, look, Fubara.
I told people, I said, when he was in the
strengthen him.
With
that message,
he must have heard something, and he was, of course, Hope Uzodinma did that.
We saw that clearly. That Hope Uzodinma did that
behind him,
and right now, assembly are themselves tired of Wike.
Yes. They have not even enjoyed.
They don't have adults. If they can see a counter force that will free them from Wike,
and then make did not actually sit down and learn was they would have go to those states and learn from some of those people.
The second tenor. What happened to them?
Adams,
they didn't even get return.
You know what happened to those guys? Is
they didn't get return.
Even need to buy tickets. Form. So what this guy for me it become like any person that want to fight a governor in Nigeria, like I wear Fubara, now say you want to fight a sitting governor.
So you think that
yes,
now you have the assembly members,
because some people will call now. We're talking politics. 2 roles they want to play in our party.
Sorry, I know Peter Osifo. Anything Wike will not calm down. This is not the time to come.
This is a governor. This is one of us. We are going to protect him. He's with us now, and we are going to. Baba Oyoyo. Baba has come back now. But that is on what Mr. Kurtis said. Mr. Kurtis said that is very.
Is it time for Wike to join the APC?
Is it the governor welcome him?
Can have 01A, 01B.
No. Now, let me tell you. I think people do not. Sometimes we find a judgment to energize the president Fubara into him.
Even the House of
big tool in the hand of the president. Yes.
The president felt that with that judgment,
we've been fair to.
I can move in, strategize. Now the governor is back. Wike assumed that the governor will continue to remain in the PDP,
and he knows
he's likely going to support Atiku.
All these other people, yes.
But the mistake, look,
people thinking for him.
Offended by your in Abuja. Is he only Wike that is capable of doing the better?
Without fighting the military?
So he must understand that the expiry date is still being patient with him. Is that the president doesn't even want to send a message out that I use and dump people. But there is a way they will handle Wike that is very.
He's going to react.
Let me tell you, Minister of Environment.
Let me tell you some action he needs to take. Remove Wike
for himself, because state.
The governors protect himself. He's now doing the same thing in Bauchi. In fact, it's been speculated that the committee
Because I think at the end of the day, it's now the president's call to make. That's what people are saying, that look, now that Baba is back,
by his party,
he has made 3 statements that number 2,
Wike, Secondus.
Restored
him as governor, paid him all his benefits. Before, respect the governor.
He made political choices.
Yes. And another thing again is that if you look at the game that is being played now, let's assume Wike
in the PDP.
that
they scattered
they scatter PDP. Now, it's not going to be under APC.
Capacity to control both the APC and the PDP.
I'm now coming
in Rivers State.
Let me now make this analysis. That's what we are saying. He said it. But where we are now going is that governorship candidate of APC.
Yes. We cannot determine it.
He will not determine it. This particular one. I'm telling you. Only
when he has boasted that he is controlling
one
the APC
thing is to boast. The way they are doing now, they won't present anybody. Left that one. ADC is another option. I'm giving options, though.
You can know
if he wins.
For
me, yes, this strong petition to EFCC.
You are predicting that.
Yes, and EFCC will tell you that we are doing our work. Okay, and drop it for EFCC. You see, EFCC, Oga, come on.
We are doing our job.
We are doing our job because immunity don't go. And you know, there was before now. There was time they were looking for the governor.
But don't you think that would have been unfair? To hear some Wike, if you look at it, if I destroy my party, this is what you do for me.
Let's see the agreement. No, this is all his family. That is where his option now.
No option. Wike was busting. Wike knows that. First of all, he knows that he's not even going to win, but he had thought that with him on the ballot with Atiku. They had a bigger chance, a better chance. Not necessarily that it was guaranteed of
Wike support.
So you cannot even accuse Tinubu
of any betrayal
or treating him unfairly. And we said in this studio, when the son betrayed
they don't trust him. They don't trust him.
Into their own secret.
You that you can sell your family outside.
All right. Something. When I was going to A levels, he said, "This is I'm going to tell you. Don't put it in your right hand so you eat and rinse." Before they say, "Who is your father?" And you start stammering.
Before I got to you there.
You will run away with that. You will not collect the trophy.
You see Political Roundtable mainland talk about it. Atiku's son.
What about him?
Abuba was pushing for the father to be.
First of all,
I got this. My son. My son.
Fuhad, why do you people allow this?
You will not support my ambition.
Why do you people allow these people to
I'll do DNA.
No, why do you allow these people to deceive you?
Or maybe is this it?
Listen.
Atiku from Atiku.
Yes, now.
This is political gamesmanship.
From who to who?
No, who was Sheyi's father during 1919? After Obasanjo wrote a letter asking Buhari to stand down. Our father. They are chatting,
but that still does not make it a good thing.
They are chatting
their own cause.
Financial part.
Yes.
Okay. Baba Mio.
But
that is your own life.
Their father can give them everything they want.
Okay. He's already seen the future.
These guys, he jumps to the front of the queue in terms of financial benefit. Seriously, this is a game. And Atiku, do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you, Barrister.
If it benefits Tinubu to support Atiku,
change.
The father
will not disown him.
Let me tell you something.
Did they revive the zone?
And both of them were holding big positions. Rain.
Chop on.
Your food.
I think
should not have even made the list. That was like
Atiku
was so calm about it.
Yes, now yes.
They said
so the candidates.
So
who know if tomorrow comes? Yes, now
because for Senator Jibril,
you have to hit when the iron is hot
to receive you in the National Assembly.
You know that one thing there is on this particular one for me is politics is part of politics, and let us look at it. Family life. The guy is over 18 years. He has Tinubu tomorrow. Say he wants to support Atiku in ADC or Peter Obi in ADC. Hope some people are not going to call him bastard.
Or a traitor.
Or a governor. The cousin of a governor is the minister.
But you and I know Sheyi.
President Trump has a niece called Mary Trump. Mary is the daughter of Fred Trump. Trump is a woman. Mary Trump would never have been given a time to address the DNC in America. They took her to the top of the line.
So you are saying that Atiku It's just being strategic.
Yes, now. Use our father's, use his father this thing to.
So it's strategic.
So this is a smart man.
This is Atiku's last dance. Made by Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes.
It's politics without morality. It's one of the 7 cardinal sins. Now, but what I agree with you is that those who have allowed morality defense.
All right. We
also see in Nigerian politics.
Yes.
For morality. Am it wrong for him to choose his own political party?
There's nothing. No, what we are saying is this.
We are saying the same.
Look, the fact that Obasanjo's children did it, that's why a lot of people will never identify with Obasanjo's their own decision.
So if you don't want to vote now, you now tell Madam and your son.
Voting is different. If I'm on the ballot and he cannot vote for me, I don't understand
let me
the game. I just talk. So this young man might not. There's nothing special. All right, let's take the last issue. Political roundtable. Mainland 98 points. The time the country needs him the most. In fact, it's almost like calling him an absentee president. Poverty, hunger, insecurity, and rising unemployment. Again, a very long statement, but I think the summary of it all is that look, we have a president that in 2025 alone, last year, 196 days outside the country.
No, Daddy has not wished us Happy New Year.
No, I'm just yes. If we are going to add that to the fact that he left the country on the 28th of December.
21.
We are just saying that look, the president has been away for almost 21 days. That now 2026 absent at that event. 2025 absent at that event. There have been cases of kidnappings, killings, and like we have to negotiate. Blah blah. I will not go into what people are even talking about when it comes to the interest of Africa, when it comes to climate change. Because as people who argue to say that look, it's not even an African problem to start with. What is our level of emission in Africa? That we are not going to be at the forefront of the climate change conversation. We don't have the technology, we don't have the money. Even America, under Trump, has said that look, climate change is not anything. So, but our president first left for Europe. We later discovered that he was in Paris. If we're going to go by the picture that was put out by his media team, and then he left on the 28th of December. The events in Abu Dhabi started on the 11th of January. And now he's back into the country, even though what we are now made to live with is a reality of the president going out of the country and only coming back when he wants to come back without Nigerians knowing for a fact when he will be returning. But Mr. Kurtis Adigba, on the basis of accountability in this way, under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay, so Obi is raising legitimate. And the reason is because the people who believe that because if you run for presidential election of those in power to the fire, expose their weaknesses and take maximum advantage of that. Unfortunately, this president constantly is giving that advantage to the opposition, is creating rooms for them to be able to come out and say this president is not a fit and proper president to govern the country. That then
I said a year one student of mass communication.
Mr. President has departed for Europe. Mr. President will thereafter attend a sustainability in Abu Dhabi, and then Mr. President will return to the country. We said he didn't tell us the country on his way back to Nigeria. As soon as the aircraft touched ground, and he said, but this is Abuja.
Yeah.
He told me this is
people
France.
Just making a joke out of it. Yeah.
In order of pecking order, in order of importance, a foreign nation. Well, we heard that $9 million has been used to sign someone to speak, to lobby for them.
Lobbying firm.
However, how does sustainability conference come anything close
to the level of insecurity in the country?
How does that even rank with a national ceremony like the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, when you are the commander-in-chief?
No, they said the vice president was there. They delegated the role to him.
Okay, so the vice president should become the president. Then they should have just handed over to the vice president, which was what the constitution, because it was in the out of
if he has handed over as the acting president, then we would have bothered him.
Nobody will care.
But he didn't hand over.
So here, look, and that is why Obi is saying, okay, if we ask ourselves, what did the president's absence bring? Because whether you like it or not, anybody who is going to take action on behalf of the president in his absence will be hand-tied. recall that one of the sore points between the late Muhammadu Buhari and Osinbajo was the fact that Osinbajo sacked the Director General of the DSS
when he was handed over to
when he was the acting president. That was one of the things that worked against. Let's create a presidency that has 3 presidents. Then anybody can go and rest. The problem is that people do not understand that a private Bola Tinubu Ahmed, and we have witnessed it in this country, could just get up and travel anywhere.
Nobody's going to it's a private
visit him abroad. People like Adodogwa, who led the delegation of the House to London after he had that surgery, was when it was already being rumored. The entire country is looking up to him to bring succor and help to them. He cannot just disappear for his own comfort. And like we said, nobody goes to the market to buy sickness. If the president is indisposed, he needs to inform his country to say, I am indisposed. President Trump goes to this military hospital, in Maryland, and he says to the American people, I took this test, and before I went in, I handed over to the vice president.
It was even shorter than, if you look at it, that was the shorter part of the, because 11 to 17 is about 6 days, and he has left since on the 28th.
Why?
So he spent a longer period in France, in Europe,
let me ask
and he did in Abu Dhabi.
How many presidents of other countries were in that? I'm asking you now.
Left their countries for 7 days
to attend that conference.
For a sustainability conference.
Yes. A minister would have attended.
How many?
Well, they said the Abu Dhabi leader invited him, and on the sidelines they said there were trade deals that were signed
for 7 days.
Maybe that justifies that visit.
But for me, I think this question would have not be coming up if, for example, the day he was leaving and he told us,
this
for now,
of what
Senator Kashim Shettima, the vice president, will be acting as a president because I need to do A, B, C.
See, the thing is this, Barrister, and I think we need to say the way it is.
Tore Buhari into shreds.
He's to shreds.
Why are they keeping quiet now? Why is the South to
because
media?
We say the Southwest media.
The way we are going, if he has used 6 months outside the country
in 2025 alone.
In 2025, now we have 21 days now. If he join it to it, that means before he uses 4 years, he may end up using close to 1.5 years outside the country. And another thing again is this: it is our president.
We voted for him.
If he's going out, I'm going to use 21 days outside this country.
And this was what.
4 days. I want to see my doctor in France.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm going to rest for 1 week there.
Then I will go to Abu Dhabi and I'll come back on this day.
And I'll come back on this day. In fact, everybody can feel sick now. For the fact that you are a president does not mean you are not going to sick. But the thing there is that you are our president, you are our property. You're supposed to tell us, at least for now. So you're supposed to tell us, and that one is one. Then two, what is the president hiding? That I want to go to France. I'm going to use 2 weeks before going to Abu Dhabi. What is our president? After all, the party of the president have majority everywhere.
What is in some of our major newspapers deliberately tolerating this level of misgovernance.
Yes.
By also deliberately a proper press release. Because what we have been trained to do is that you don't have a news report without at least fulfilling the 5 W's and H.
Yes.
It's a standard. Where, when, why, what, and how. You are not.
They won't say that.
I'm saying.
Listen, let me tell you, the media houses are more political than the political parties.
No, if I send a press release to you that the president is going to Europe,
how am I going to use it?
What did Buhari do before Punch said?
This is what I'm saying. You'll be sent a press release that says the president of a whole country is going to Europe.
Listen, it's not.
No, he's on his way to Europe.
It's not even about press releases now. Where is the courage? The courage that we saw on display, questioning everything. When Muhammadu Buhari went on that medical, now because they have their own person. This is the problem of this country.
And then you have a press release that talks about a non-existent country in
Europe. In Europe, yeah.
He will go into Abu Dhabi, and then the press release ends by not even telling you
what
when he was going to return to the country.
What about the AI manipulation?
You know, there can even be an argument that people have said that where they took the picture, then they use AI to enhance it. Maybe
what's the picture that is going to be used by print?
That is even more permissible and tolerable compared to
without giving proper
release that my president is going to Europe.
Can I tell you something?
No, people might think it's a very small thing.
Let me tell you something now. If a president of northern extraction
does this,
is elected tomorrow, these same people who are sleeping will wake up.
Are you telling me that Buhari would have, even at that time, you knew where Buhari was sent that as a press release?
Yes.
And the editors are not telling you, sir, there's something missing.
There's something that, where is he going?
Where is going to Europe?
You don't talk when you have kola nut.
But the only just thing there is this. I always say it. They will see us as if
barrister. God forbid. You remember what happened? I'm sorry, I'm going to open the phone lines anytime from now. What happened with Yaradua? The late Yaradua, God bless his soul. And on the basis of accountability, that was when people were saying that, look, it's okay. But the way we are going, we might get to the point where something happens we will never know for days.
And you won't be able to defend it.
Because you don't have a... How do you have a press release that does not even tell you
where is it? And this is not the first one. This is not the first one. No. This is not the first time.
Was it not in this country that we took a budget
to the president outside the country to sign?
To a president who was comatose.
To sign.
And some people forged his signature.
That action there.
People who are sincere, people who are honest, and people who want you to succeed. And people who will tell you, Oga, this is not the best way to do it. Because many of them, they are not actually helping the president.
But am I not going to tell my family where I'm going to?
But Nurudeen, the environment which the president creates. So when Abakari was the chief of staff to the president, none of the president's spokesperson could issue, in as much as I will sometimes bash Bayonanuga
maybe
for some professor.
Maybe that's what his principal wants.
I think that there are too many of them there, experts in cooking the soup.
When the ingredients are too much.
Hello, good evening.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
I greet the three people here. Barrister, I called you during the week. I wanted to discuss something.
I wasn't feeling fine. You can still pick it from my voice.
Good evening.
I was struggling to talk.
We have 1 minute, Pastor Ambrose. Yeah.
It is well with you. My name is Ambrose.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yes, maybe I'll speak up.
Thank you.
This issue of Wike and River State and all of that. You know, one thing I see about this life is that when you dribble people too much, you will dribble yourself. That's exactly what is happening in River State. And where I train for primary, secondary, university, you go come. What message are you sending to other people? What are you telling them in Nigerian politics? They will still use it against you. And we used to condemn all of these things to high heaven. Now the man is here, and then anything he does is right. And if we want Nigeria to move forward politically, I think we should stop all this. There is nowhere this. How do they put it now? If anything is happening, they say it's happening in other places. Atiku, for me, Atiku don't hold. Make it go back well. This is why President Tinubu is traveling here and there. You want to vote another person when don't hold again?
All right, thank you, Pastor Ambrose.
We look for young.
All right, hello, good evening.
Hello,
good evening. Yes.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Peter Wusifo. I'm calling from Abaranja in Ikoton.
Please go on.
We thank God that Mr. President is back. We should continue to pray for his good health and long life. The Quran, the Bible, tells us the political climate in Nigeria, as many of us believe. Then for River State, for people to say that Fubara regarded that impeachment notice as a love letter.
He said it himself.
Yeah, he said it a love letter. Then why did he why did he rush to the judiciary? Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, the judiciary will come last because there's no place in Nigeria where an impeached governor went to the judiciary to obtain such injunction at this moment.
He has not been impeached, though. He said an impeached governor.
No. So even at this juncture, unless after there are
several cases like that. There are several. Wait, Peter, calm down. You can't come and misinform people now. We've seen governors at the notice of impeachment severally go to court, so it's not a new thing.
Yes,
nobody has ever done it. At this time.
When you go to court the legislator must perform their duty. It is as clear that the judiciary will not come in at the point of the Supreme Court. Are you hearing me? So
and 1 minute, please round up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that many of you are just blaming Wike. It seems many of us.
Okay. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
So he doesn't even know that the judiciary has a role to play. So
why the CJ? Why they say the CJ must set up a panel? You know,
it's head of fire brigade. This is last comment. What he actually wants to tell us.
No, he doesn't have it. Because why do you think they now say, oh, the CJN? Hello. Good evening. Yeah. Good evening.
It's a radio station. People calling. So
you need to. It's always a struggle to hear you. I've told you. We struggle, we strain to hear you. If you are using mouthpiece, you speak directly to your phone. I will not take this call if it's not clear. It's not anything. You need to speak so that other people will hear you. 091360000. He always calls him, but you struggle to hear him. He speaks under this, Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Fuhad and Barry and others.
Good evening.
Thank you very much. This is Malam Bello Usman. I am calling currently from Kano.
All right, Mr. Malam Bello. How is Kano this evening?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Yesterday from Rwanda.
Okay. So what do you have to say, Malam Bello?
You see, let me tell you, for this leader, for this current leader of APC, none of them, I will never do that. Instead of me to even pray for them to recover from
No.
Very, very soon. Wike will become like Ganduje. I don't know if you know Ganduje, the former ACC
chairman, yes.
Yes, whether he was one the chairman of APC or whatever. Then and also Atiku's son, old enough. And if you want to cast his vote, Atiku's son has never come. He cannot lose adamant because his son defected to APC. So the Atiku Abubakar, by the grace of Almighty God, we made a mistake 2023 from not yet, and we will never make that kind of mistake again. So, by the grace of God, we will see 2027, inshallah. We will see how the 2027 will look like.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Malam Salah.
Yeah, Malam Salah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Malam Salah.
I beg, sorry, the time is very tight. But let me tell you, sir. You guys are first of all, let me thank Oga and Barrister Kurtis for raising that issue of media. To be honest, Oga Barrister, you have made my day, honestly.
Thank you.
You're happy that he's blaming us. We do our own little.
I could have made my own this on Thursday as an open mic. I must comment on this thing that you talk on media. Honestly. But this is not why I call. We talk about Museveni, Uganda, Abi. What does your president here? We are talking of Uganda. What do we party? We have 109 senators. About 80% is 80 senators is his party. 360 members of REC. About over 200 members are with him. So if tomorrow, if this president tender this thing that we have to amend the constitution for allow no limit, no age limit, no date, you can contest as many as you can. Do you think they will return that account from his office? For more than about 20 something. He has spoken so honestly.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Kurtis and Fuhad.
Good evening.
I'm just laughing since when Abdus he said it that we care this Atiku matter. It doesn't matter. How can you score for this Nigeria? We're in a flag. It's a red flag.
Where your friend is saying that we don't want a mole.
Now, the evidence when you give to the whole world.
Okay.
A very good evening to you, to all the pillar in the studio.
We greet you.
My name is Prince YS. Got you from Oshodi. Announced that you are supporting Tinubu against his father and get annoyed with him.
Why?
Me, I send him to kindergarten, we go to primary, we go to secondary with my money, university. And at the end of the day, my ambition, you say, If you read minute of what that guy is saying, he's telling you the whole world, my father is not a good man, my father is not capable to lead this country, the better candidate is Tinubu. Why? Why should you say that? It's a slap. If I were him, I would tell his mother, please, why do you bring this belly to me? You see my son? Because it's very annoying. I do my business.
The boy resemble him, Papa, Prince Wise.
If he says, I don't believe my dad is Fuhad. What God gets him now?
All right,
it's very wrong.
Okay.
Finally, for this year, Obi is a politician. He must criticize that conference.
Oh.
Yes.
So
as a journalist,
all the reports that you have heard about what work with whatever
you are a journalist, whether printing or any media report.
This is the third set of agreement Mr. President will be signing with the UAE
on this same issue.
What have you
and it is a very good food. If we go to UAE now, our plane will go there. They are with Congo, Nigeria. Okay. But as a journalist, investigative journalism,
what more do you want to UAE that you have not heard? That we have not read out. It's okay. You don't want to ball. Not heard anything.
I remember talking to her from Center.
All right. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Barrister Kurtis.
Good evening, Jerry.
I will report you to the chairman. You are. This is Gẹ́gẹ́ Joshua. Barrister Kurtis, please. Do you recognize the right of Mr. President under the Constitution?
To do. You are not saying you can't travel now.
Second question, and again the second question. You answer them together. Is there anywhere in the Constitution where the Constitution says that whenever the president wants to travel out, he must tell the masses? I'm not talking about the assembly, but I'm talking about the masses.
Oh,
thank you.
Okay.
The masses.
Yeah, he must stay if he's traveling out.
Well, you have to understand two basic things. Number one, the president has the right to travel. But what is he traveling to do? The people who elected him must know what he's traveling to do somewhere. So if he says to Nigerians, you know what, I'm going out of the country, I'll be away for 15 days. Part of the 15 days, I will use 7 days. But the president cannot spend more than half a year outside. And Nigerians don't know. And all we are told is that he signed some agreement.
We have signed an agreement. Don't be today. Hello, good evening.
He cannot just appear, come in and good appear.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, this is Okandolina.
Yes, I'm with you.
My brother,
like to know Shodi.
Now they need to give again on line. In the whole night, they need to give again line. But they are on strike.
Oh yeah, but because I need to read the messages on Facebook. Yes.
You see, Ogafwat. Let people come and justify why the president has been out for more than a year. Was tired of him. I think Buhari died abroad. I never talk another one again. No. Bye.
Let me squeeze in the last call before I take some of the messages we have on Facebook and close the show for the evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, evening.
Yes, good evening.
This is Mr. Kenny from Mushu.
Yes, Mr. Kenny. 1 minute. We need to leave the studio.
Mr. Fuhad, about it that they all wish can do well. From an that he wish somebody back, he wants somebody to die. Is that a Muslim?
No. He didn't say it. He didn't say it.
He said he will not pray for somebody.
He has a right not to pray. But he didn't say he should die.
He cannot even determine another person's life.
None of you is a Muslim until you want for yourself. What you want for others.
Wait now.
If you read the president come on here and saying that
is the president praying for him?
I may decide not that I'm not going to pray for anybody other than myself.
And your prayer does not even matter.
And it's not even the reason why somebody will be alive.
Because the president's prayer, he might even be praying for himself,
yes,
which is the most important prayer.
Yes.
The prayer people pray for you is not as important as the one you pray. Good evening, Alhaji Fuhad is just greeting us. Eniola Eni. Good evening, landmen, Mr. Fuhad and gentlemen in the studio. I've enjoyed the talk. Thank you. Oladeni Akim Shino Ayomi, just helping to share the message of the program. John Bernardo is saying there was no election in Uganda, so let the ancestor continue his leadership. Okay. Abdurafiu Alabalakbe is saying like Museveni, like Paul Biya, sit-tight syndrome of African leadership. Ifedolakwa Kinleye is saying full house. Wow, good evening to you guys. Okay, thank you. Victor Ogori is also commending the fact that look, it's a full house this evening. Simon Mojume is saying good evening, wise men in the studio. I'm presently in Asaba. I had to join 5 Facebook due to my location. I had to join via Facebook due to my location from Lagos. Wishing you all the best. Falomo Bolanle is saying good evening to us. Father Abumio Sumora from Ikeja Cantonment. It's also saying down, so he needs his son to pretend to join the APC, so he can also use that as a reason to step down. That was really scary. You get as a bill. All right, not to it. Elgam saying good evening, mainland FM. ECOWAS should be scrapped. Okay, architect Dada Adedayo is saying good evening, Monday. Okpebolo, governor of Edo State, same governor who. Okay, I don't know why we have to go to Edo State. Adisa Ademola Treasure, we saw your message. James Nwanti Ogbonna, Adisa Ademola Treasure. James K. Michael, Crown Oinis, Christopher F. Young, Sunday Noah, John Olis Anumba Wundo, Austin. A lot of messages, really.
Is this working serious?
All right. Okay, just gentle, be gentle with the mic. So, what do we have for this evening?
So, well, good evening, Lagos. We're discussing the pain of breaching and betraying trust from those you call your neck couple. Is when somebody is very.
Who is a neck bone in a marriage?
That's how you see it, but
are there other people that are
so suspecting neck bone?
Oh, you know, to call them neck bone. You know when you say neck bone, the closest to you.
Yes, now the wife will go and